Atlanta, live from K.L.P. Studios. Ever wonder what went down behind the scenes of our top stories?
Say what?
Then tune into What Had Happened Was, the only radio station that takes you straight to the source. From coast to coast, tune in now as we dive deep into the stories, the drama, and the moments that shape the culture with
The Swanky One, new K.L.P.
and
With your girl, Evelyn Letitia.
live, Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 radio stations, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Tell me something good.
Oh, baby, 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 baby. Tell me that you like it.
Yeah, I like that, baby.
That's what I be wanting to. Never mind.
Baby,
Never
there's
mind.
something wrong with me.
I wonder how Barry White got his voice that deep.
And telling me that.
Hey.
Say once I'm with you, I'll never go back.
Hey.
There is a lesson that I wanna teach. Here I am, baby. Practice what you preach.
Hey. And on that note, let's get started with the show. Hey. There are some girls in
What
there.
had happened was,
You do the body rolls like that.
what had happened was,
Ow, ow, ow.
what had happened was,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Ladies.
back.
what had happened was,
With your girl, the big one and only Evelyn Letitia. And over here to my left, the boy, the man, the legend, Kennedy Lucas Patterson.
Yeah.
Y'all, welcome back to
what had happened was,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back again with another episode. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, welcome back to the, of course, epic, exciting podcast. This is the What Had Happened Was podcast
what had happened was,
with your boy, the Swanky One, one of the hosts. Blessed, Holly Favored. Fitness is on point, ladies and gentlemen. We ready. Let me bring my mic down because Evelyn be telling me my mic be too close to my face like this. So I'm
he
learning
be
to.
he be tearing that mic up. I'm like, what that mic did to you? He be do.
I know,
boom,
like just beating it up.
bop, bop.
You know?
It's this one right here, camera 3, that I be trying to get that road.
Yeah, you're trying to
out
get the
your
road
face.
out of there. But ladies and gentlemen, podcast host K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas, welcome to the show. And then to my right,
Yeah.
the extraordinary,
Uh-huh.
the ever so
You better
busy,
let them know.
cause she busy. Last weekend she had like five more theater shows
Yeah.
back to back.
Back to back.
Good Lord. Evelyn Letitia's in the building, y'all.
Give me my money.
Yes. Back and in the flash for the episode 2. We hope that
Yeah.
y'all like last week's episode. Because let me tell you, last week's episode, beefy episode.
we
Hopefully
did,
y'all
we
love it.
did that.
We did. We cooked on that one. And if you guys are following us on any social medias, again, Instagram, that's WHHW Radio 1. Again, that's WHHW Radio 1. And then What Happened Was podcast on Facebook. We thank you guys because we post, little clippings of the show for you guys to get instant access, early instant access, right there in your phone content. And y'all been loving that flow and that uploadness. I always, when we edit, I like to get the more wisdom side of E when she's talking, spitting some wisdom on the show because that's what matters.
I do a little bit.
Right? We cut up, we goof up on the show, yes, but when it comes down to E on the show and she giving us some wisdom, that's what's important. And that's why I'm glad she's here. Now we are approaching. I think what this coming few days is the coming. We're a year officially. A year. Think about it.
Oh my God.
September something 2024. I can't remember the exact date. It was really in August when we first met because we were on tour.
Yeah. It was for Shell's
Comedy special.
Comedy special.
Yeah,
I met
yeah.
you in Charlotte.
Charlotte, beautiful city.
Yeah.
Too.
At the theater.
At the theater, we, I'm just, had my own show, but I'm just like, hey, we filming this. I'm looking for a podcast host. I'm looking to change the shift up with K.L.P. Entertainment. And then you were at the front row.
Yeah. Hurricane E came through.
She came through. She's
Here's
like,
my
I want to
business card.
meet. There's my business card. And we talked for a good minute after the premiere of the comedy special, and then we kept in touch.
I think we was on the phone like maybe a week later.
Yeah, a week
already
later.
setting up our first, recording, because originally we were recording over the internet via like Zoom type thing, and then we had to really keep an eye on the time to make sure we. I was like, I just feel like the chemistry would be better if we were in person.
If we were in person,
so started investing. I remember when we first started, we had like a little white table.
Yeah, we did.
We both couldn't even fit behind it. We was kind of sitting off to the side, and we couldn't put all our stuff up here. I said,
You like,
I'm getting us a table because I want to be able to have my computer, my laptop on there, yours, and all that stuff. And yeah.
I remember the Zooms. Like, the Zooms were funny. Girl, I mean, you could tell it was Zoom, but it worked for the time we needed.
Yeah. But every time we had to do it, it was troubleshooting at the beginning. Come like, hold on, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hold on, something ain't working. I can't. Like, what is this? This is a whole lot better. Yeah.
Because I can, we're live and in person,
Touch.
But yeah, it's been a year. First and foremost, and we'll get to the topic of conversation of the podcast, yes. But first and foremost, I want to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for taking this roller coaster. I can't even say roller coaster. It's been a good ride. Mm-hmm. We've been through a lot of changes, and we've been through a lot of changes set wise. We have different ideas, and I think we're still growing the show. Yeah. There's a lot of more followers that are coming in. I get excited when we hit our first 1,000 because, it's your first 1,000. But, like, I can't wait until we get into that 3,000 range and then that 5,000 range and then that 10,000 range followers. But for you to just come and you come down from South Carolina all the way to Atlanta to perform a show and people love it. Like, the chemistry is there. My friends love the show. My family members love the show. Our audience love the show. I just got to say thank you, because before you came aboard, I wanted to build another show with quite a few other friends, but they just quite weren't ready. Two of the ladies that I wanted on the show, camera shy, which I understand.
I've never been shy.
Yeah. And another friend, she was mic shy. So I'm like, okay, I get it. And it's like, okay, I don't think it's going to work out with these ladies, right? Okay. And, we're still friends. I don't talk to them as much, but, we're still friends. No harm, no foul. But then I needed somebody to not be mic shy, to not be camera shy, and to be very ambitious about the podcast. And here we are, a year later. We're still cooking.
Look up on the horizon. Yeah. There she stands, Evelyn Letitia. In the palm of your hand.
Palm of the hand.
No, I truly appreciate you for that. And I've enjoyed really doing this podcast with you. Like I said, I have been wanting to do one and just getting, started with somebody. Because people always tell me, especially when I'm doing my videos of voiceover work and stuff, like, you got a voice for radio. People need to hear you. And, and I had done some podcast stuff as a guest on, like, being interviewed and stuff, especially when I was doing my music heavy. Like, so I had been on the radio before, and I had been, in those podcasting spaces, and to hear my voice play back over the airwaves. People were like, we need to hear you. So when this opportunity presented itself, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely would love to do that. And I've liked all the topics and things that we've got to speak on. As goofy as I am, and y'all have seen how goofy I am. I do have a lot of wisdom through life experiences, through mentorship that people have mentored me and me mentoring others. So I'm able to give that back to the platform, which I love. And like I told you, I don't have a little brother. So sometimes when I have guys who are younger than me, and we come like start building like this little family type relationship. It's like your little brother that I'm trying to, interact with and go on this journey with. And the way that you listen and actually take some of my advice. And I always ask, do you want my advice? 'Cause I don't like giving unsolicited advice unless somebody really want it. Yeah. Because I also don't like wasting my breath either. But I like the fact that you're able to listen and take things from me that you learn, and I'm able to learn stuff from you, especially some of the tech stuff that you've been kind of, got a head start and all of that. So I'm learning stuff about roadcasters and everything.
They're pretty good.
And so I've enjoyed this partnership, and it's only going to go up from here. We're going to start having to get some more merchandise. And
we do. I plan on doing that very soon. Merchandising, it costs money, y'all. Yeah. So
Which I can make.
That's
One thing I was gonna talk to you about is getting our WHE the logo.
Yeah.
Like getting that, and I want to be able to make decals, like so I can print them up on shirts. And especially when the fall come in, I love me a good
nice
pullover hoodie.
Ooh, that is a good idea.
So like so we can have different colors and stuff that we can wear in here.
Yeah.
But we gonna get it together.
We gonna get it together.
Yeah.
We in there. We still growing, y'all. We still growing. But yeah, we love it, and we love our audience. We love the fan base, and I kid you not, friends, family, audience, even in the gym, because some of the gym people follow me or follow our show, and they say, "I see you on that show with that girl." Like her name's Evelyn.
She's a grown woman. Let's
her
get
name's
that
Evelyn.
straight.
And it's like, you guys do awesome. It's like, yeah, but that's Evelyn. She's a grown woman. She good. But yeah. But thank you. It's a year in the making, and it's only gonna get
I'm interested to see where we go, and then all the crazy chaotic stuff that's going around us keeps us with stuff to talk about.
Yes.
So that helps in our favor.
Yeah, I know. I wonder how many podcasts of this scale that's here in Atlanta. You ever just wonder that? Like, because you got your Joe Buttons and like your Breakfast Club in New York and New Jersey, and then you got big shows in Dallas and Houston and California. How many big radio shows are here in Atlanta? Or podcast shows, I would say. Because, I mean, yes, you got the Streets, which Streets is good. It's just, I think they just need a little bit more voices on there, on that radio show. And then V103, I don't know what happened to V103.
Are they not on anymore?
They on, but they ain't like,
But it used to be okay.
like they used to be. Like, I remember the Ricky Smileys and Wanda Smith and Frank Ski. They were on there for years.
Because I said Ricky Smile still has his show.
Yeah. I don't think it's with V103, though. At least that I know of. It's just, I remember V103 being like the top radio show in Atlanta that everybody, or in Georgia in general, that everybody would listen to. It's either that, and then where I'm from Macon. So it was Doug Banks in the morning before he passed away. Doug Banks in the morning.
I knew you were from Macon. What? Did I know
originally, I like to say I like to say I'm from Atlanta because I love Atlanta better than Macon, but I was born in Macon. Yeah.
I've been to Macon before. Yeah. I think my last time there was 2023. The the Atlanta Black Theater Festival was held in Macon, Georgia. Yeah, wow. There's a historic Black theater there as well.
Interesting.
So we're down there for that time.
Yeah, but it's been a year, and we keep growing, we keep climbing, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna keep our boots to the ground, right?
Yep.
We gonna keep our boots to the ground.
Yes, we are.
As I'm segueing over to that next good conversation.
Yeah, everybody should know by now the 803 Fresh. Where them fans at? Right? Everybody has heard this song. It's been on every social media platform. It's been on all kind of news outlets. Teams are doing it. Everywhere that you can possibly think, this song has been out there. So much so that some people say, "I'm tired of this darn song. Throw them fans away. throw the fans away." Oh, man. That's what people have been with it. But 803 Fresh dropped some new on us.
What had happened was
there is now a remix that has who on it? The one and only Fantasia. Even the people that was tired of the fans said, "Well, I give it another season since Fantasia's on it."
Let me tell you, Fantasia. So for a lot of people, a lot of young folks may not know who she is. Unfortunately,
child, they need to know if they don't know.
That is a voice from God.
Yeah,
her voice is so amazing. She's true to herself. Mm-hmm. I think she glowed up now. She glowed up when she first came out. Obviously, yes. But I think she's getting more shine time, and then her vocal range is a little bit more expressive now. Because obviously, if you know, she played Celie in the Color Purple, the new movie, like the musical, right? The
musical movie, yeah. She's played it on Broadway too.
She played it on Broadway too. I forgot she did Broadway. She was quite amazing in both Broadway and the movie, right? I love that song, Superpower. It's the credit song for the movie, but my let me tell you, that song got me through when I was leaving a certain organization, a certain educational institution at one point. And that song got me through those tough times. And that was the voice of God, Fantasia, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I know Fantasia from It's a Missy Elliott and Kelly Rowland song. What would you be without me? What would you be without me? I love that song too.
Okay, soprano.
Yeah. I sing a little bit. We got that new album that's out now, by the way. Mm-hmm. Crown Me Savage with me and Dravion. But Fantasia is quite amazing as an artist, and it's good to see that she's back singing, right?
Yeah.
So I got a question. Mm-hmm. Fantasia or Keshia Cole?
Fantasia.
Okay, all right. We on the same team.
I love Keshia Cole too, but
I can't stand Keshia Cole.
What?
I can't stand Keshia Cole. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something. Keshia got some bops. I love some Keshia. Even now, it's been years. If you put on Love, I don't care, man, woman, boy, girl, the whole place is going up. Love.
I just
never knew what I was missing. We going up. It's going up. Hold on. Not too much on Keshia. Not too much on Keshia.
I'm sorry. And Keshia, look. Keshia's a good artist too. I just don't like majority of her songs. I prefer Fantasia.
What's the other song? Her and Diddy. Last night. When I get an answer, if I told you once, I told you twice. Like Keshia got some, I might as well have cheated on you. As much as you accuse me of cheating. Like Keshia got some bops. But when we talking about vocally, Fantasia all day. Fantasia has something. It's like Keshia has a rawness to. They both have a rawness to them that you feel their pain, their experiences, their life, their journey. You feel all of that in their song, the soul of them. But Fantasia vocally has more range. Mm-hmm. Vocally, she hits you in a spiritual place.
She does.
Like,
she does.
I don't know. It's something about Fantasia that can just bring you back from the brinks of the edge. Her voice pulls you like that. Even her songs, same thing. Man, boy, woman, girl. When her song comes, When I See You, I put your picture on my mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody go. I've seen grown, you know how big dudes that I don't listen to that R&B, that female stuff. I see them, when I see you, when I see. That's the kind of I seen big dudes that just they all in their egos like thing. When Fantasia come on, something else had taken. I mean, they did just getting it. I was like, man, Fantasia is just. That's a different breed.
Voice
that's a different voice right there.
Yeah,
but I love both of them. I love Keshia and Fantasia, but to say which one that I would prefer of the other, or whose concert I'm going to first, Fantasia all day.
Yeah, me too.
Fantasia all day. But you not too much on Keshia though.
Yeah, you like, hold on,
Kennedy. Hold on now, because
hold on
now. Never knew.
And maybe I'm like that because
now
I have two sisters and obviously a mom. So they sung We Living crap out of that song back. And that song, I don't remember how old I was. I was a kid when that song came out, but I don't remember how old. And in the car, both sisters and mom, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, and then hold on. Another one of my favorite songs that I do during karaoke a lot because I get to sing on it and rap is Let It Go with Keshia Cole, Missy Elliott, and Lil' Kim.
I remember that.
You need to get it if he don't wanna love you the right way. He ain't gonna. And where he at is where he wants.
I like that one better than Love, or I like that one better. I mean, because I like Missy Elliott too. And Lil' Kim.
Missy said, I don't want your man, but I got it like that. But it ain't even gotta be like that.
I love Missy. Now, don't come for my Missy Elliott now.
Yeah.
God, Missy. She look good
now. And Lil' Kim part, I don't even say Lil' Kim name. I say my own name. I said, here's a little lesson. Big E, don't stress him.
Hey.
Kick him on straight to the curb like Beckham. I mean, that's my song. I'm sorry. I'm hyped because you said.
Yeah.
Keshia?
Yeah.
Love.
Keshia? Keshia. But Fantasia's remix of Boots on the Ground, y'all.
Yes.
Look, let's take a little.
We're going to take a listen to it. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it. Here we go.
Little taste.
What had happened was
Hey. Fantasia. Hey. It's like she rapping a little bit. Hey. Hey. That's a good verse.
Let me tell you something.
That's a good verse.
Let me tell you something.
He making another 10 million from that.
Let me tell you something.
I mean,
oh my God, Fantasy, get up out of your seat and
Hey.
hold it. She said, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I see a lot of girls going like this. Yeah, that's what I
You
see.
see my body rolls out.
Yeah, the roll. I see that happening. Oh my God, Fantasia.
Let me tell you something. Boy, I can't wait to get back
Jesus.
to a dance floor when they
Yeah,
play
they gonna play it. They gonna say no, not the original.
Fantasia.
Remix. Yeah.
Remix. When I see you.
Hey, let me tell you, I love that song. I really do.
Yeah.
When it first came out, bop. It's a song you can work out to too.
Yeah.
It's a dance bop, but you can work out to it too.
Rolling.
But Fantasia's verse, and I guess I love that verses because I love duets. Right? There's just something about a duet. Evelyn, she's still getting it.
Let me
It's
tell
a
you
duet for
something.
me.
It's a duet for you.
It's a duet. I like duets. I love duets.
love it.
I wonder what was their vibe when they got into the studio. And, I don't think he, 803 Fred, I don't think he re-recorded. I mean, maybe he did.
No, because when I listened to it, I don't think nothing about his part changed.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, 9 times out of 10, Fantasia went to the studio and cut her verse. And then
yeah,
they had
slapped
the
it
master track that they went back and, did a remastering for the remix.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
for a
I
long
like
time, baby.
So we say all that to say, if you were thinking these fans was going away anytime soon, baby, no. Nope. In fact, I get to dress up. Shout out to my homegirl Tracy. She's celebrating her birthday coming up here soon, and she's having a big. She's hitting a milestone birthday, and so on November 1st, I'll be going to Virginia to celebrate with her. And she's lived down in Texas for like the last 4 years, but she's moved to Virginia, and so her birthday party theme is like cowboy, cowgirl type thing. So I get to pull out some boots and put my hat on. So I gotta get a hat. I ain't got no cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I got other like fedora type hats, but not like a cowboy hat. So put my little thing together. I'm gonna make it a weekend because the party is on November 1st, which is like a Saturday. But I think I'm gonna go down there on a Thursday or Friday and stay either through Sunday or through Monday. So
I hear a lot of Beyonce songs gonna be played and this song.
oh yeah.
Cowboy Cardi and this.
Oh yeah. How many more stops Beyonce got on her tour, you think? Or is it over?
I think it's over.
Okay.
I think it's done.
Okay, 'cause I'm about to say, I could for sure see, her bringing Fantasia out one night. Boots on the ground. That would have been. That
Hey,
was dope.
I mean, that would be dope.
Yeah, it would have been dope.
Yeah, but that's good. That's a good verse. Fantasia, you keep doing your thing, girl. I want to see her more on the TV presence or the movie presence rather, because I think she did very good in Color Purple, the new one. I want to see her more on TV as well because I think she has that acting range too that can go a long way. And then now she has Color Purple on her resume, so she could. But she good. I mean, she making money in residuals for the movie and now the song. Yeah, you good. But
Shout out to Fantasia.
Shout out to Fantasia.
803 Fresh and Keisha Cole.
sure, Keisha Cole. Sure. When's your next song, Keisha Cole?
Not too much on Keisha. Not too much. You doing
When the
too
next
much.
thing you gonna be acting in? I'm
Not
kidding.
too much.
I'm not a hater. I just don't. I don't know.
Look, what has Keisha ever done to you?
Keisha ain't nothing. Keisha Cole don't know who or what I am. But I just, I look at these type of the artists and I look at them and I look at their resume and I look at what they've done. And Keisha Cole got some bops. I ain't gonna lie and say she ain't got no bops. Just bops that I don't like in particular. But, it ain't for me. I just think Fantasia's better.
If I told you once, I told
That's
you
what I think.
twice. But move on to the next topic of.
Next
What had
topic.
happened was
Hopefully she don't come and beat me up. Keisha Cole.
She won't do that.
Yeah, just like this other guy beating the living mess out of this
Child,
wrestler.
we talk about boots, so we're gonna move on over to some wrestling boots.
Yeah.
For those of you who are
That's tough.
known of UFC and wrestling and things like that, there's a major thing that happened this week involving Rampage Jackson, who's a former UFC fighter. He's a champion. His son Raja Jackson, who's now doing UFC, ended up in the ring with a wrestler, knocking him unconscious, and then laying down some powerful blows to his face before they were able to pull him off and restrain him. Now, this all started kind of like backstage. We got video footage of that on YouTube. This is from YouTube. If you go to @JeremyFitnessMMA, he has this loaded as a short. This kind of gives a backdrop of how this whole interaction started. So I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna play it. So Raja Jackson, again, son of former UFC champion Rampage Jackson. He's backstage. There's all these wrestlers. This is like a pro wrestling event. So these wrestlers are back there. He's talking to some of the wrestlers about people that he knows. And then one of the wrestlers, Stuart Smith, who goes by Psycho Stu, he says, what about, Psycho Stu? He's like, who is that? I don't know who that is. You don't know me? And, Raja says, no, I don't know you. Then we see Stu pick up a prop can, like, how the beer cans that they hit people across the head with, and he hits Raja upside the head with it. You can tell in that instant that this was not supposed to happen. Raja did not know that was like, what are you doing? Like, another wrestler even comes up and says, hey man, he didn't know. He's not a part of this. Like, so there's a breakdown of communication right there because Stu didn't realize that he wasn't really a part of what was going on. And he was serious. So you hear other wrestlers, they're trying to like diffuse this situation.
Yeah, he ain't part of the work.
And then that particular wrestler who kind of like, they said, Stu apologized. He said, oh, I'm sorry, man. They shook hands. Him and Raja, they shook hands. Stu went on his business. One of the guys was still standing there. He's like, yeah, sometimes it gets out of hand. He said, oh, but, there's the promoter right there. We can get you in the ring later and really make this something, right? Because, pro wrestling, it is a scripted. Like, these are real athletes. They got to go through training and all this kind of stuff, but it is a scripted thing. Like, the moves and the storyline, all that scripted. So he said, oh, well, we can make this a real thing. Here's a promoter right here. We can get you, like, to enter the ring later and stuff. So later on, you do see him sitting ringside, and he enters the rings, which makes you believe, like, they planned that part of it. But once he got in there, he ends up lifting Stu up, slams him down, I mean, really hard. And the way he slams him, you can tell that this is, like, part of his UFC type training. Yeah. And I think at this point, people are still like, oh, this is part of the script, whatever is going on. He starts laying down punches. Now, Stu is unconscious. Yeah. And Raja is on top of him, giving about 20 blows. I mean, unanswered blows. Nobody, the ref ain't stopping it. Nobody's stopping this. Finally, someone jumps in and tries to, like, pull at him, but you can see that this guy is kind of shorter in stature, smaller dude. He's kind of scared, and then finally a big dude comes in and kind of like pushes him off, and they like got Raja pinned in a corner, trying to calm him down and control him. And Stu is unconscious. He had to end up going to the hospital. He was in critical condition at one time. But I'm gonna play this YouTube clip. Again, this is from @JeremyFitnessMMA on YouTube. This is kind of like the beginning of that altercation and everything that happened.
What had happened was...
Yeah, I remember that. He's my favorite wrestler because of that. You beat the fuck out of him. Yeah. Where's the real McKill at? Where's he at? You know what I mean?
Now, I'm going to pause it right here. Who you hear speaking at first, that is Raja Jackson, who's talking about his favorite wrestler, and he's asked about another wrestler.
Don't worry about him.
Now, the voice you just heard, don't worry about him, that is Psycho Stu, who is Stuart Smith.
Psycho Stu. Worried about Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's what
So after Raja said, hell no, in the video, Stu picks up a can, and that's what you just heard, him smashing it across Raja's head.
I heard like the whoever said, oh, you're like, oh.
Yeah. And now this is where
Like,
you
you
kind of
kinda
get the
like, oh.
realization that Raja is not in on this. And Stu thought like, oh, maybe he's a part of this. You even hear Stu at one point say, is he going to sell it? Like, because again,
because that's the word.
wrestling
yeah,
is
sell it.
scripted. You got to sell the hit and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Here we go.
Supposed to.
Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
So you hear another wrestler says he's not a worker, bro. Calm down. Trying to tell him that Raja is not one of us. So calm down. He's trying to tell Stu to calm down.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? No, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro. No, I will fuck him
We're
up.
good.
Bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will fuck him up.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, fuck that, dude.
Apologies. Get out of hand sometimes with working and stuff, pro wrestling stuff.
And that is true.
And you heard another wrestler say sometimes got a hand, sometimes pro wrestling
Yeah,
stuff.
because even in WWE, sometimes superstars, when they're in their character and they're trying to sell it, they get into it.
Yeah.
You have to. It's the job.
And here
You know what's a good thing about this? Now I can make it something. I'm gonna have you run in and fuck that motherfucker up in the mat. You ready for that?
Yeah.
So you hear they just introduced him for later. He said, "I'm gonna make this something. I'm gonna have you run in there and f him up on the mat."
Hell yeah. Hell, if,
Talk to the president.
yeah, if you can do that for me, I'll be cool. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna have him run in on your shit.
So they just told him that they're gonna get him to run in there later and f him up, but they didn't like really break down how that's gonna look.
Yeah, what moves to do.
Because most of
what
these
spot
scripted
to take.
things, they've been going over the script for a while, you know. But to be on the fly like that, and you just got this man. This man is mad. You can see in this video
Yeah,
that
he mad.
Raja is pissed.
I wouldn't want.
Like, so imagine you just talking to somebody that you don't know, and they just hit you upside the head with a can.
Yeah.
Even if it's a prop, but a prop can with liquid that comes out, right? And then then he's a man. It happened in front of other men. You know, the ego got to take some kind of a hit.
Yeah.
Like, I know you ain't just kind of sunned me or made me try to make me feel like a little in front of all these men.
Yeah.
So you could see he is pissed.
Yeah.
No match. To fucking seal that.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm sorry, bro.
And Raj being a UFC fighter too, like anything on camera on social media, like you don't want to seem weak because that's reputation that's going to be tarnished in UFC world.
And so what's happening right now is Stu comes back and he apologizes. He said, "I'm sorry, bro." And they shake hands. Him and Raja shaking hands here.
What had happened was
All work out, dude.
yeah, as long as I can do that. Yeah. Yeah.
All gonna work.
A few moments later.
What you're seeing now, Raja just entered into the ring.
Look at this.
He picks up Stu, slams him.
Boom.
And then 1, 2.
Man, messing him up.
So there's a total of 22 that I counted shots that Stu took to the face and or chest before they were able to get Raja off of him. This is a all around just bad on the promoters, the president, everybody, because this is what I've talked about before when we talk about communication, verbal and body language.
Right.
All that sorry, yeah, bro, we good, but that's verbal. But I could look at him and say, no, I
he
would
mad.
never, I would have never okayed him going into that ring. That man is pissed.
Yeah.
His body language said, if I catch you in the back alley, I'm whooping your. That's what his whole body language was given. There's a failure on the organization as a whole to let him go into that ring later on.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a big professional UFC fighter in the ring without weeks before planning and getting the moveset right. Because even in WWE, not trying to really compare, but in WWE, when they have UFC fighters or celebrity fighters as a guest star, it's weeks before the actual show.
Yeah.
Right? Because they got to learn their spot. Right? Because UFC fighters, let me tell you, they won't stop.
Yeah.
And that's real. It's not scripted.
Because you're supposed to keep going until the ref calls it.
Into the ref call in UFC world, right? WWE would have cleared this if Raja was part of that promotion.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a lawsuit.
This made it all the way over to CNN. You know, there's actually been a GoFundMe page is set up to raise money for Stuart Smith, who is again Psycho Stu,
Yeah.
for his recovery. This is from CNN Sports as of updated August 26, 2025. Wrestler conscious and able to talk after being beaten while motionless by son of ex-UFC champion Rampage Jackson. The wrestler beaten while motionless by the son of former UFC champion Rampage Jackson is conscious but has a difficult recovery ahead, according to a Facebook post by his brother. Footage from the event on Saturday night in Sun Valley, California, posted on social media, showed Jackson's son, Rajah Jackson, a professional MMA fighter, sliding into the ring during another bout and throwing Psycho Stu, whose real name is Stuart Smith, to the mat. The video, which bears a watermark, suggests it was live streamed on the video platform Kicked, showed Jackson straddling Smith before repeatedly punching him in the face and the side of his head, even when Smith was lying motionless. Other wrestlers then restrained Jackson. CNN has not been able to independently verify the video, but Kit confirmed to CNN that Rajah Jackson's account has been banned from the platform. Smith's brother, Andrew, said earlier on Monday that his brother was conscious and does have some recollection of events from the day of the attack. Andrew Smith later provided an update, writing that his brother was resting, having sustained severe injuries to his head. He's currently conscious and able to talk, but will have a difficult recovery ahead, Andrew wrote. All the media and social media attention, it's been hard to get back to everyone. Stuart Smith appreciates all the love and support. He loves wrestling, his family, his wrestling family, and all his fans and supporters. Wrestling has been a huge part of his life, and he lives to put on a performance. He's also just a regular guy with a life and a loving family outside the ring. His wife, Contessa Patterson, organized a fundraising page to help cover his medical costs and loss of income after the unscripted assault. Stuart Smith is a U.S. Army veteran who used wrestling as an outlet to deal with his PTSD. The incident has not only caused major physical harm, but it will also disrupt his career inside the ring and outside of it, she wrote. At the time of writing this page, they have raised about $70,000. After the event on Saturday, Rampage Jackson took to Twitter to condemn his son's actions. He's quoted as saying, "I don't condone my son's actions at all," he wrote on a post to X on Sunday morning. He, Rajah Jackson, suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his, Rajah's, behalf and to Kick for the situation. A statement by the organizer, Knox X, suggested that the incident started off as a scripted part of the show known as, quote, work in wrestling, but was not intended to go as far as it did. What was supposed to be a planned and agreed upon wrestling spot turned into a selfish, irresponsible act of violence against Mr. Smith, the organizer wrote. This egregious act is reprehensible and never should have occurred. In the 17 years of operation of Knox X Pro Wrestling Academy, there has never been anything as heinous take place as this, and we apologize to our patrons and fans. Now, that last part by Knox X sounds like a bunch of we trying to get ahead of this so we don't get sued.
Lawsuit, yeah. Of course.
And I hate that this happened.
Yeah.
But like Rampage was saying, that if his son did suffer a concussion, just a few days prior, that could also be a point of his poor decision making.
Yeah.
And he should not have been in that ring at all.
No.
Now, did Knox X know about the previous concussion? Not sure. But at the same time, this is why you don't introduce people into the ring who have not been prepared to be in your ring. You can't let that happen and all of a sudden decide that you want to call it a heinous crime and that it was a selfish attack and all this kind of. You allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
So you got some responsibility in this too. Don't try to backpedal now. You allowed
clicks
this
and
to
viral
happen.
moments.
Because
like I say, any small promotion, they'll do anything to compete with big dogs like AEW and WWE.
And let's be honest. Rajah Jackson is an MMA fighter, right? He's making his own big moves and ways. Yeah. But we're not going to act like him being the son of a former UFC champion, Rampage Jackson, doesn't bring some draw. Yeah. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Y'all allowed him in the ring anyway. You're on Kick, a major platform. Yeah. How does it look? Oh, we got Rampage Jackson's son going to be on the stage.
Dollars.
Like, clicks, that's money. Like, so don't backpedal now and act like, oh my gosh, we would have never thought that this would happen, and oh, we're just so distraught that this, like, come on now. Like, I'm like Rampage. I really hope that Mr. Stewart Smith, that he pulls through all of this, but I also hope that his son gets the help that he needs, and that whatever justice is carried out, that is fair. Because he does need to be punished, right?
Yeah.
To what degree, don't know. People are calling for him to be locked up for years and years and stuff like that. I'm like, come on now. Let's look at all the facts in this. If he literally was still suffering from head trauma just a few days prior, we got to take that in consideration as to when it comes down to his punishment.
I wonder, will UFC have anything to do with Raja? Like, I don't know if they do suspension or not, but like, just kind of like, we're going to put you on the shelf for a minute.
The UFC and MMA, they kind of merged.
Or did they?
I'm asking you.
I have no
because
idea.
I know sometimes people
maybe
because they refer to him as an MMA fighter, and then his dad was in UFC.
Yeah.
And I hear people talk about. Sometimes I hear people talk about those interchangeably. But then sometimes I hear people talk about those
like
as separate like entities altogether.
Right.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah. I wonder that though. Will he be put on the shelf for a minute? Yeah, we're not going to book you for any fights right now because of this. Because really, within any association, they don't want to associate somebody with that amount of violence.
Yeah. Because
it just looks bad on the company. So I do wonder, will he have some backlash? If not already, have backlash from this incident.
And I've never been hit across the head with a prop, beer can. So I don't know what degree of like power that has.
Yeah.
Especially if he's already had a concussion.
Yeah.
Like, what did that do? Did it rattle him even more? Was he even lucid? Because after he got hit, even when they're talking to him about, Stu's apologizing, you can see he's pissed, but he also kind of looks like he's looking past Stu, like almost like a dazed look. Like he's not all the way there.
That concussion can do it.
And so it makes you wonder, is that part of the concussion and it was even made worse with the hit? Or was that like a blind rage? Like I'm so mad. I'm not seeing nothing but red right now.
Yeah, I think Roger probably gonna see some backlash in wrestling world. There's a word that's called receipt, and WWE does this a lot. Where if you got two guys that's in the ring and one guy does a move wrong and really severely injure somebody or did something that was not planned, then it was called a receipt. So their next matchup, if that person that did wrong for that wrestler, he's going to get beat up and embarrassed on the show. And I'm going to put you in a very uncomfortable move position where it hurts you because that's my receipt. Now you got to pay that receipt because you did it last week. Don't think Roger Jackson's going to do that. He's going to be able to do that because WWE does that in terms of not finding people. Like if a superstar does something, they get fined or you get a receipt.
Yeah.
And then you got to pay that receipt because, if you want to keep your job. But Roger Jackson, I don't think he's going to have an opportunity to do a receipt because he's probably not going to be associated with it. So, I mean, I do hope that Psycho Stu gets a speedy recovery because that sucks because he just wants to wrestle and be a wrestler, right?
And I hope that it doesn't worsen if he was using the sport as an outlet for his PTSD that he already had from the military. I hope that this doesn't worsen it,
That's tough. That's very, very tough.
Wow.
But continuing on our main event for the show, our last topic, this came across my phone. I was about to say it came across my desk, but I'm not really. And I wanted to talk about it because we're in the film industry, and I wanted to get your take on it. Now, there has been, from the Spiritual Word Instagram account, there has been a proposed class action lawsuit that's going to be filed on Prime Video. And let me see if I can get another, I had another thing on it. So basically, Amazon Prime is getting a class action lawsuit for bait and switch. And typically what that is not being able to own your physical media. Okay, here it is. This is what I saw. More than this statement comes from World Star. Now, proposed class action lawsuit has been filed in Washington federal court accusing Amazon of a digital bait and switch. The lawsuit claims that the company misleads consumers into believing that they're purchasing movies and TV shows when in reality they're only granted a revocable license to stream the content. That license according to the complaint, can be taken away at any time. And let me tell you something. These companies have to be careful. Not only in the streaming world, but video games are like this, right? A lot of things like when we buy our games digitally, we technically don't own those because if that server goes down in video games, you ain't got access to it.
Yeah.
Right? I tried to play, I'm a gamer. Here's my gaming moment. I tried to play Diablo 4 the other day and the server was down and I couldn't play it. And I bought the game. Yeah. Right? Same thing with Nintendo. Now, Nintendo's, they look different, right? They give you the cartridge, but it's like a game key card. So essentially, it's like a key to unlock the game to download. You still don't own it. Yeah. But you get the cartridge for that key for it to be downloaded onto your system.
Is it different, though, if you're, okay, so downloading or are you like streaming it like through a server? Is that different than you going to like, say, Best Buy and getting the actual game, the hard copy? So if you got the hard copy, you can still put the disc in and play, right?
We used to.
Okay.
Right? Video game companies in general, they're steering away from that.
Gotcha.
Because to make the game on the disc, it costs the company a lot of money, right? PlayStation or any type of game system, you can buy the game physically, but then they may put like 30% of the game on the disc, and then you have to download the update because the rest of it is downloadable on the server. So as we go into the future, they're going to start weaving that stuff out.
Well, let me go get all my little discs for my Xbox One while the price is going down.
And it's the same thing with so like with Nintendo, right? You can buy, even nowadays when you go to GameStop, you get they sell the game key card, but the full game's not on the actual cartridge. You have to download it. So we're getting into that future, and it's kind of because it's due to us really because us consumers, because we like the ability to sit on the couch, buy a video game right from the couch, and play it right.
See, y'all took away Blockbuster.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Now you taking away the video games.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like the hard copy. See.
So I wonder how far Amazon's lawsuit will happen, because I think a lot of these companies that if it's happening to Amazon, then it might happen to these video games companies too. If people win this class action lawsuit, video games are doomed. Or not us, the consumers, the publishers, they're doomed. Because if they win in that, who knows what the next lawsuit was going to be, right? Now, the controversy mirrors the broader debate over digital ownership, kind of what we're talking about. In 2023, California lawmakers took notice when gamers learned that access to the crew, the crew, and that was a video game, was vanishing once Ubisoft shut down its servers. The Crew is a racing game, by the way. The uproar sparked the Stop Killing Games movement, which calls on publishers to preserve the titles that consumers already paid for. So it's the same thing what we just mentioned, that these servers for these older games are going out of style because it costs them money to maintain those servers. Yeah. So when they say, sorry, servers are getting off, so if you bought the game, you don't get your money back. I'm sorry.
So not y'all trying to double dip people money.
Yeah, that's that bait and switch, and that's what's happening with over there with Amazon. I gotta say, it kind of sucks for me because, well, for both of us, because we've got projects on Prime. I like to have people purchase my project because that's the money that I get to have back to invest in more movies and stuff, and to know that you're potentially buying one of my movies, but you don't really own one of my movies, and that's something I'm proud of. Like, if you're gonna buy a K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas film, like I want you to have it, right? And it's not to me, it's not enticing people to go out and buy my movies because they're not owning it. And that sucks for me as a filmmaker, right? I wanted to get what's your take on that, being also in the film industry?
Like, for me, because I like for my money to work for where it's supposed to be going, right? Yeah. So if I paid for something and you tell me the server down, I can't watch something I paid for, it's going to make me quit putting money into your platforms.
Yeah. And these movies are getting expensive too. Some movies, some big movies, you're looking at $30, $40 for a movie.
So I'm just like I don't know. I'm the type, again, I'm a millennial, so we're like the hybrid generation of we remember everything pre-technology boom. We were there as technology started to rise. Yeah, and so we were on the ground floor of that. And we've been able to keep up with it changing, right? But there's still something about me that I love the hard shell of something in my hand that I can put inside of something. I still, for me personally, I still like it because of those reasons you said. Like, oh, the server's down. Oh, the server's down. Let me go get my CD and put it in. You know, like I don't know. I just feel like eventually people are gonna give so much pushback that they're gonna have to go back to giving us more hard, copy type server type stuff. But then you look at companies like Netflix and things like that, because even Netflix, they started the Red Box.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if I've seen one or two here and there, like very
I've never
scary.
seen them.
But like they used to be everywhere because that's where they started at. You had Blockbuster where you would go in, or some of the other like movie galleries and stuff. You go in and rent your movies, and that's when Netflix had the little box thing. Because you can go at any point in time, even if Blockbuster was closed, you can go find your Red Box and rent the movie and just return it. Then they started doing them. You didn't even got to go to the box. You can mail them in.
And
then by the time we got to this, so it was like a transition, forward to now everything uploaded on the server.
Stream.
I said at some point y'all keep playing, it's gonna go back to that Red Box. Y'all gonna start diverting back. Maybe Blockbuster can make a comeback one day.
Maybe.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I miss those days. My dad used to take, me and my little sister to the movie store, or we'd go in there and pick out movies. We'd pick out games, like whether it's for our Sega or our Nintendo.
Yeah, oh, you said Sega. Yeah. Nintendo.
I had Sega, Nintendo, PlayStation. Like we would go and pick out games stuff, and then they had all the wall with all the snacks and stuff, like all the candy wall. Like so, it was like a whole you look.
It was a whole
to
vibe.
it. Yeah.
The same thing with GameStop. GameStop used to be like the mecca. Like they had the games, they had promotions, they had the knickknacks and stuff. Now it just seems, and the workers loved working at GameStop back in the day. Last time I went to GameStop, it was about a month ago to get a controller, and some of the workers there don't look happy to work there. They're shoving crap down your throat, and they're gonna hassle you. They're gonna ask you 20 million times, "Do you want to join the pro membership?" And I say no. I told him I said no the last 9 times you asked. That is not gonna change my mind if you ask me 11 times, right? It used to be something spectacular. Every time I go to GameStop, back in the day when I was a kid, I used to be so excited. But now it's just like, I can order this. Amazon. Just buy it on the network. I don't know. But like I say, I do think this law, look, I'm down for people getting their money.
Get your money, honey.
It might be tough because it's Amazon. But if the class action team wins, publishing video games, they're in trouble. I think so. Well, on that note, that's going to wrap it up here on our podcast.
What had happened
today. We hope y'all like this one.
Ow!
We'll catch y'all next week. With another new episode.
Make sure y'all are following us on Instagram at WHHW Radio 1.
Yes.
And on Facebook at What Had Happened Was Podcast.
Yep.
I'm your girl, Evelyn Letitia. And my boy, Kennedy Lucas Patterson. We enjoyed you every time on the show.
Hey.
Make sure y'all tune in.
Boots on the ground.
Until next time.
Boots on the ground.
What had happened was...
Made it.